So in the previous video where I set up the simple and closed economy model, we said that the households give the firms the factors of production. In return, the firms pay payments to those factors of production: wages, interest, rent, and profit. We also said that when the firms take the factors of production, they produce output, which goes back to the households, and the households spend money on this output, which gives us the expenditure flow. Okay, and the payments give us the income flow. Now, let's begin to add the other sectors, the government and the foreign sector, and the financial markets. So firstly, households don't always spend everything they earn. Some of this money leaks out, it's a leakage, leaks out of the circular flow or the income flow and goes in the form of savings. At the same time, not all the money that the firms pay goes to the household. Some of it is taken by the government in the form of taxes. At the same time, not all the money earned by households is necessarily spent in the domestic economy. Some of it is spent on imports. That gives us import expenditure. So the leakages are savings that go into the financial markets, taxes that go to the government, and import expenditure that goes to foreigners. Now, similarly, not all of the money that is spent necessarily is the only money that firms receive. There is money being invested in the financial market. So investment is an injection. Injections are things that add to the circular flow. Investment, that increases the amount of money that firms receive. Also, government expenditure is an injection into the expenditure flow and export revenue. When foreigners buy our domestic goods and services, this export revenue is also an injection. So there are leakages and injections. They come or go either to the financial markets, if we talk about savings, savings and investment, or from the government sector, if we're talking about taxes and government expenditure, or to the foreign sector, if we're talking about import expenditure, which is a leakage, and export revenue, which is an injection. So remember, this is a more complex and open economy. So there are financial markets that take our saving as households and also inject investments. There is the government sector that takes our taxes as an injection, as a leakage, and injects government expenditure. And there's a foreign sector that takes our import spending as a leakage and injects export revenue. Now, if the total sum of all leakages is greater than the sum of all injections, that means savings plus taxes plus import expenditure exceeds investment plus government expenditure plus export revenue, the circular flow of income will decrease because there's more money leaking out of the economy than there is being injected into it. Similarly, if the sum of all leakages, so the total savings, taxes, and import expenditure, is less than the sum of all injections, so the sum of investment, government expenditure, and export revenue, is greater than the sum of all leakages, the circular flow of income will increase because there's more money being injected into the economy than there is leaking out of it. Thank you very much. Have a good one.